Peepzley getting taken out immediately. And oddly enough, I believe that was Broken Arrow, bringing Snipe all the way down from runway towards OS. That's kind of a massive mistake. You don't want to be losing your first sniper here on pit, especially if you already had somebody die going towards that overshield. That player who is on top of your snipe hut or who has sniper needs to stay alive and buy time for your team to get some control back. You're on the defensive.
This is going to be the player that I was told to look out for was Karmea. He apparently is one of their top slayers on this team, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to be able to do here. Karmea with those rockets pushing forward. Notes that that player's going to be above there on top of that sniper hut. They are going to get a couple players down now. Ooh. Oh, that's a little bit of a pocket rocket right there. Sending that one out to the ether. That's not going to do anything.
Also, just 2 sets of snipers there in the hands of GloboGym, so that's a bit of trouble here for Antimatter. A couple questions I had, though, for Antimatter during those pushes was, didn't feel like they were as coordinated as they needed to be. I felt like when we saw Karmea, I missed that name again, when he was pushing over towards GloboGym base, I felt like he didn't really have much of a purpose. You either need to commit generally straight towards the flag side, or you need to commit towards that top snipe hut. And in most cases, when in doubt, go towards top snipe hut. That way you can get the slays, that way you can shut down their most important player on the defensive side.
Skwiggy's going to have one player around him there, but instead he's going to get dropped by a nade, and that looks like it's going to be 3 down. Flag's going to start being pulled by the blue team. Antimatter looking to make some moves. Nice play there from Kenz. Forces them back a little bit, but he's going to have to wait for these players to have to spawn up on his team so he can get some support. And also watch that long haul, because you know that they're going to be spawning over by that needle side.
Yeah, one thing also I wanted to cover here on pit was if you're used to like Halo 5 sort of flag system, this is going to play a bit more similar to Sanctuary's flag, where once the flag is out, it can't just be touch returned. In fact, it has to reset on its own. So these teams, once they get stopped, once all the way on the opposite half of the map, they have to guard that for a good 10 seconds and let it reset without being touched. So there's definitely kind of this push and pull once you get it across the map to decide, all right, how do you effectively stop it? Once you do have it stopped, how do you cut off every angle from a player trying to move on over and just get a touch on it? So there's a lot of strategies going back and forth with that when it comes to flag-wise. The reason that it has that flag mechanic in there, or that no touch return mechanic in there, is because it's too hard to capture on this map on its own. You have to have so many things go right, first off, just to get the flag out of the base and start to move across. And to expect that to persist for a good 15, 20 seconds all the way across the map, unless you already have all the slays and they're nowhere nearby, it's nearly impossible. So that was a built-in mechanic, and even though that can be slightly confusing, it was best done for the competitive environment here. So we really enjoy that here on pit, and great rockets there from Espada. Even though it didn't get 2 kills from it, still got all the damage in there. Got that first pick, got the other player to no shield. And here's a position where you need to get off that training and move on over. And I would like to see Espada get over towards Snipe Hut if possible.
Yeah, but he's going to have those rockets, and he's going to try his best to try and just play this one out, right? Sees that he has some teammates that are going to be circling around him and protecting him, and he's getting a call out.
This is all right. Like I said, I prefer when somebody gets over towards that top plat that they make their way towards the flag or towards the top Snipe Hut. Looks like he had a full-on flank and does get the flank right here. That is a blunder, though.
That needed to be an instant.
Yes.
He had to take him out immediately.
When you have the perfect flank like that, in most cases, you need to make that first kill quick and concise. Take no damage. Take no extra moments, because what you want to be doing when you have a perfect flank is get that first immediate kill, whether that's from some sort of back smack, a grenade lead shot, or a rocket kill in that case, and then you want to be fighting and damaging a second player before they can react to it.
He had that upper hand, and the custom is going to get picked up by blue team here. Antimatter will have control of it. Kenzanight. Oh, not able to stay alive there, and back over to the settings.
See it happen. I've been there though, buddy. We've all been there.
But you're playing it like the game feels different because you've been playing at home this whole time, and then there's also the added factor of latency and the network as well. There's just a lot of things you have to take into consideration.
Yeah.
Like sometimes your sensitivity just doesn't feel the same.
Absolutely. There's multiple factors of that, like you said. whether it's just playing at home and being on a different monitor, once you're not playing in an online environment and playing on LAN, things are generally more crisp. So you can get away with a slower sense, actually. So in most cases, if you were playing at like a 4 cents or something at home online, and you go to a LAN environment, you can go down almost a full entire sense and go down to like something like 3, and you will feel the same amount of speed.
All right, well, the flagpole's going to be coming through now for the GloboGym Purple Cobras, and they're looking to cap this one in. This could be our first flag cap of the Halo Classic here in St. Louis, and it's going to come from Espada, and that is going to put them in the lead 1-0.
Yep, 1 up right there, and although it didn't come into play right there, I was going to say one of my pet peeves on Pit is when people don't run the flag all the way towards like shotgun/mauler side when they're receiving pressure. Reason being is when you have it sometimes out in the open in front of that front flat, that's the best opportunity for the opposing team to actually get a stop and potentially stop you and get a bunch of kills and get some sort of counter cap.
Oh, that's huge! Big play there from Espada. He's going to melee down the player, and he'll secure the rockets.
That is absolutely huge, like you said. So we're going to see what he does with these ones. Last time we saw him play fairly wise with these, even though he had a misexecution on the reverse flank. He did not execute on rockets. It seemingly happens to be twice there. So 2 different times, not hitting the rocket shots, but I really like some of the positioning we saw from him earlier.
Yeah, but he ends up losing the rockets on that play, Dave, and they go 3 down. That push is effectively stopped, and they lose those rockets once again. That's okay, though. They just need to establish themselves, see if they can get some kind of control along the map here.
Yep, and this is a bold play.
They have 2 down.
Yeah, I agree and disagree. In most cases, once you get a flank like this, your top play is get a kill and then go ahead and run it over. Instead, kind of went in the middle of that spectrum, and that's not where you want to be in your decision making, because of course you have multiple choices there. One is you go back and flank and you go get slays. The other one is you can run that flag immediately, and anywhere kind of in the middle of those decisions where it's just like, all right, I'm going just to partially run the flag and then revert back and try to do damage, it's usually not the right choice.
But there
you want to go to one of the extremes.
There was a flagpole being made, Dave, by Antimatter, and that actually stopped them. And I mean, it's like, yes, I totally agree with what you're saying, because you want to try and get some kind of value before you do something. You don't want to just go straight forward and then kind of leave your teammates open, because when you hold that flag, you don't have a flagnum in H3, right? Like, you have just the flag in your hand, so you can't put any shots. You got to put that flag down to be able to assist your teammates. But look for Asirtive here to be this playmaker for them. Look for that enemy sniper, because he heard it. That was going to be inside of the sword base here, and he actually plays around outside, so I like that. Kenzan just getting away from it. He was in sword. He didn't want to have to deal with this player, but now he's going to go back around for another peek. Just has to be a little weary. He's going to get challenged, but he had a teammate there putting shots down, and that allowed him to be able to pick up that easy body shot as that player was just floating in the air.
Yeah, you saw he didn't panic at all either with that shot. Just took his time. Generally, if a player jumps too early here, especially in Halo 3, and that player has sniper, they can take the extra time because they can read that trajectory just perfect and line up that no-scope. So that player jumping over on bridge side / sword side there was actually the player's demise. If that player had just been strafing, more than likely would not have gotten no-scoped.
This is a very ambitious pull here by Broken Arrow. I mean, he's going to get naded out. He has a player surrounding him. He also has a sniper right behind him. He's going to get picked off here in only a matter of time, and the flag will be away. As that is going on, though, GloboGym, they're going to be pulling another flag. That was a last-ditch effort to try and see if they could push them away, see if they could force activity over to the other side. Didn't work out in their favor, though, Dave.
Yeah, getting a counter pull in some cases is all right. However, there's a couple things that don't work on Pit. One is flag does not need to be at home in order to score, so you aren't going to get some of the same effects of being able to pull it to a full stalemate. In most cases, you're going to try to trade cap. Secondly, if you're doing that, you'll want to pull the opposite side where that flag is. You want to bring the flag to the same side as the opposing flag if you have more firepower, but if you have less firepower, go on the opposite side of the map. So right there, they had less firepower. They brought the flag to the same side over towards Mauler side / long haul side, and they just lost the engagement, lost any chance of getting some sort of counter cap to trade caps there. And everything went wrong. And
even look at this right here, right? You have Kenzanight. He has a great snipe there from Kenzanight, gets a headshot, ends that player's killing spree. But he had the custom, and then he also had sniper. He kept the custom away from them, but they really didn't get to do anything else with that custom. They just picked it up. that was it. He picked it up. He had sniper, so he really couldn't get aggressive and push, which you want the custom to be able to get aggressive and push because you're going to have that extra added shields. Was not able to do that and had a long-range weapon, which kind of forced him in a position where he had to had to go back and engage. Now you have GloboGym with the rockets. They're clearing their base, ensuring that no one's going to be around here. And they have a key power weapon to allow them to now push and maybe end this game here and now, Dave. But you can't whiff these rockets, though.
No.
He's able to get one kill with those rockets. It's going to be 2 players down. Maybe they start making this push.
Yep, and I mean, time is on their side, though. At this point, GloboGym, they're up 2 caps. At the 15-minute mark, the game will actually end if a team is up in captures. So they really only have to hold off for about 4 minutes, but it looks like they have enough control right now. So at this point, they're going to try to close it out if they can. Yeah,
this is basically GloboGym's game to lose now, right? They're putting the pressure on their side of the base. They're getting the kills, forcing players into really, really weird spawns. That was the greatest lunge of all time, though. And now Asirtive, he's going to try and pull this flag for that final cap. But they lose 3 players, so despite a great setup, they were not able to secure the kills. They had sniper on the needles. They should have been able to end that one. I don't know what went wrong there.
What went wrong was their push into the flag area. At some point, players either overcommitted and put themselves in too vulnerable a spot where they could get double teamed, or didn't put themselves in a position where they could back down over towards that first BR. That was actually where it went wrong, because you saw they had plenty of control over on that needler/mauler side. No players are going to be able to push through the pit area. No players are going to be able to go on flat. It was the one avenue they could take was that first BR, and the players from GloboGym actually just filtered through there one-on-one and died.
Well, this is now the potential 3rd and final flag cap. Asirtive needs to hit those shots, though. His teammate's going to be bringing that flag out over into the long haul. Lots of pressure, though, starting to come up from the ramp, and Asirtive is going to grab it and bring it over to their side. This could be the game in his hands. He needs his teammate to have his back.
They need to go for slays right now. At a situation like this, once you get the flag this far over, you just need to slay.
Well, I don't think it matters all that much, Dave, because they're going to get that 3rd cap, and they're going to end the game 3-0 against Antimatter. Very well done. Antimatter certainly feeling that one. Not what they wanted to see happen. You mentioned the slays, right, coming in at the end, but I also think, too, Antimatter, they were kind of just – they were struggling to be able to get like a cohesive push going on, and because of that, it really felt like everything was just scattered. So even though in that situation with top players, you're going to see like them probably drop the flag and focus on slaying, they were just like, well, no, they're not shooting at the right targets.
I also didn't fully watch the kill feed there at the end, but the reason why I was saying that slaying was so important there is because as he's pulling that flag, there were 2 players over at needle ramp / going through long haul. He knew that they were that close. So somehow those threats must have been dealt with immediately, because
they had a player. They had a player on their plat, and then if I had to guess, shot a nade over there, and then caught him and was able to pick up a double.
Shut
right,
it all down there.
Like that could probably have been the difference maker in that situation. But that is going to do it for game number 1. Pit, thank you all so much for joining. Hopefully you're having a really good time here. And I think it's fun to see Halo, in the round of 128, because we are seeing how players kind of deal with the pressure of playing on the stage, but also when they're matching up against players of similar skill. I would say these 2 teams are pretty evenly matched. With GloboGym probably, having that lead, but you saw good plays on both sides, but you also saw mistakes made on both sides. And these are the things that they're certainly going to have to clean up if they're going to want to make it further in this bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, they are close-ish, but clearly GloboGym is a step ahead. I mean, at some point, we aren't seeing as severe of mistakes. You aren't seeing GloboGym give up a free sniper over towards overshield side. You aren't seeing a situation where GloboGym doesn't have many of the power weapons. They may have mis-executed a few times with them, like we saw from Espada, but in most cases they've actually had control of weapons, which is half the battle. Yeah, exactly. So we're going to be going to game 2 in quite a little bit here. Hopefully we get that one running in a few. I want to know what game 2 is going to be, and we actually, right? Yeah, I think this is going to be the amplified. Yeah, so it will be amplified Slayer, and this is long team name. Clutched it on that one. That was a very well done from long team name. But yes, so there is the next game we're going to have, Amplified Slayer. Let's talk about that one, Dave.
Amplified.
Oh, man.
I'm going to be very upfront with everyone. I've been playing Halo 3 for years, and I can't make heads or tails of Amplified. I feel like a crazy person when I play that map. Chicken with your head cut off, because everyone's just pushing all over the place. There's so much going on.
Yeah, it's absolute chaos. I've always kind of dissected the map when looking at Amplified. You know, obviously there's 4 different sections there, but it helped me best to look at it strategically as almost 8 whole sections, because there are plenty of situations where both teams can be spawning at red or blue base. Both teams can be spawning at gold/green.
Yeah.
So that always helped me to have a better understanding, because in many situations when I spawn at red, my first check isn't to be like, oh, like I'm going to go check over at gold or green. Like I'm going to go look directly to my side and see if someone spawned at the same base with me. And you'd be surprised at how many times you can pick up kills with something like that. Yeah,
a lot of players really don't recognize that the spawns and Amplified and the way that they are, you're literally spawning in and your head needs to be a swivel. You cannot think that there is rhyme or reason to the way that the spawns work here, just because of the way that the map plays out. A lot of players are just going to be pushing each other. And for these guys here, this is going to be an interesting matchup, because I think if the team that's able to organize themselves within the chaos, that's going to be the one that thrives in the end. And a lot of players fall apart and amplify.
Even without the organization, at some point, if you just start to get a numbers advantage, you just snowballs and just continues to go, where you get a kill or two, and then now I'm getting shot from somewhere, and they don't have as many angles on me, so I run and stay alive, and it just ends up being event after event that can happen negatively for a team. So
all right.
How often can they finish off their kills? How well are they staying alive? And who's just hitting their shots?
Good luck to our 2 teams as we get ready for Amplified Game 2 in our first series here at the Halo Classic, brought to you by UGC. We're going to be starting with GloboGym's Asirtive to kick things off, and he's already going to go all the way up top here on the purple side.
Yep, going over towards P3. See what he can do over on the
side.
He's going to push it over towards red.
Don't answer that message.
Yeah, don't highlight it, man. Here comes another one in a second.
I know, right? I mean, hey, man, sometimes people just want to share their excitement. All right, I know that's what I want to do. But look at also the way that they're playing here. They're split up on the bases, right? You have 2 players on blue, 2 players on red, and they're forcing those spawns to happen over on the side bases.
Yeah, generally when it comes to like a smaller symmetrical map similar to this, in most cases you want to at least have at least 2 of the quadrants. It's arguable whether 3 is correct. Like, do you want someone at blue, red, and at gold, or if you'd rather just have someone at blue and red? The whole point being is you never want to be at 1, and you want to be at least 2. So that should be always a good rule of thumb for players. As soon as they start to see their whole team in one area, they need to make a concentrated effort. Push on over and take over another quadrant of the map.
Kind of like what's going on right now, though, right? You have these players, they're kind of grouping up a bit more, and because of that, you get that spread from Antimatter. And even though that spread came through, they're not finishing up their kills, and it is going to be GloboGym that does have the lead. Double kill, though, coming now for Kenzanight, looking for another one here. Player's going to be right in front of him. Can he nail it? No, his teammate's actually going to be there. I think I may have read that one right. Yes. His teammate had either picked that up or that player managed to sneak on out of there. And this is going to lead to more control over here at the blue base.
Yeah, and this one's significantly closer, just neck and neck right off the bat. So
not surprising.
When it comes to Antimatter just trying to match up when it comes to BR skill and just finish off their kills, they're doing a great job.
19-19 currently here for game number 2. Amplified, if you're just joining us, GloboGym took out Antimatter game 1 in the pit. CTF 3-0. Very well done from GloboGym Purple Cobras. We're not even on camera, and I'm still going to do that. Meanwhile, though, you're going to have Kenza. He's going to be in a bit of a pickle here. Had to dial back just a bit, because he had 2 players just popping up in front of him. That's just the danger. And, hey, man, okay, that's a gamer tag that I will not acknowledge. You got to, dude, it's Halo 101, Halo Esports 101. Turn off notifications. That's just that, right, Dave? I mean,
absolutely, man.
You get pelted with
I've had notifications off for probably literally a decade now.
I've had notifications off even before I started commentating, like always with the notifications off. You know, people are like, oh, you're too popular for notifications on. No, I just don't like seeing it when I'm playing. It's facts of life, Dave.
There is nothing more infuriating than just seeing a message pop up after you lose a BR battle. It's like,
God, leave me alone, Mom. Don't want to deal with this right now. Score is going to be and look at that.
That's the situation I'm talking about. See, you got to look at the base as if it's, like I said, look at the map as with it being in eighths rather than quarters.
You have to. These players are going to spawn right behind you, and before you know it, it's going to be a wrap now. Skwiggy, though, he's going to have a player in front of him. Actually, 2 players, as a matter of fact. Will have some semblance of support, but he will get picked off on the right side. As we look at his teammate here, who also is going to get bodied up top. And such a close game, Dave. 33-32. This has been a 1-kill game.
The entire time.
Yes, the whole time. I think GloboGym had a slight lead of 4 kills in the beginning, but Antimatter caught right up. And they're starting to put the kills in place. They're trying to maintain this lead for as long as they can. They got the backup. Antimatter still in this one alongside GloboGym. We're hitting that 40 kill mark, Dave. Things are going to start to get pretty crazy here. And
nice
this is the thing about Amplified. You have to be ready to shoot your BR at any time because you never know who's going to pop up around you.
Yep, and it's
look at 3
like
players.
Whether it's just finishing off your own kills, or in most cases when you have some sort of
great
control
help.
like GloboGym has right now, it's starting to just laying down much
Skwiggy
as possible and staying alive.
Let's go. I see that. I read lips, Skwiggy. You're telling the team to let's go. 44-41. GloboGym looking to run away with this one as they have only 6 more kills to put down. He's going to have the support. That's going to give him the 45th. Now they're just going to push forward here. Player top mid. He's going to have no shields. Can he come out on top? That's the killing spree for Skwiggy. He's on point.
Just absolutely dominating now, especially by staying alive.
How is he still?
Such a great job.
He got shot so many times.
Even despite that great run, though, from Skwiggy, only up by 1 kill. So when someone goes on a killing spree like that, you want to see that that lead kind of extend quite a bit more, and that is not the case here, though, for GloboGym.
Tied game here, Dave. This could be the 49th kill. They got to pick it up. It's a trade, and one player's going to be in the action, and GloboGym is going to come out on top, pick it up. That is going to set things for them 2-0 in this series. Man, Skwiggy was going off. Really, that whole team was playing. Like all 8 players are playing phenomenally. Like that went down to the wire, a 50-49 to start the event, Dave.
Can't ask for more than that.
Yes, I love it. That's what you like to see. Players are hungry to prove themselves in St. Louis. And that was just such a great game. If you're just joining us, welcome, as GloboGym are going to be up 2-0 against Antimatter. Antimatter, now here's the thing. They have jerseys. So I thought that right away that they were going to win.
That was always a barometer at events. I just like, all right, like when there's 2 teams going up, does one team have jerseys and the other doesn't?
Yeah.
You're just like, all right, they get a few points. Like they're definitely slightly favored in my book.
Yeah, that was like whenever I competed, if I sat down and I looked on the other side and they had jerseys, I was like, oh, we're in for a wild ride. This is going to be a good game. But if they didn't have jerseys and like homie was just wearing like an Adidas sweater like Ryan Noob, I was like, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe this is going to be easy play. And that happened. So now it's all good. You're good, Papi Chulo. Don't even worry about it. It's all right here. We're out here, baby. We're living life. We're loving it. GloboGym 2-0. Next game is going to be Guardian Oddball. Ooh, I love this one. Got to play the ball. You got to play the ball, Dave.
The ball.
You don't want to be in that situation where you don't play the ball. Where's Wes? I don't see where he is. There he is. He's up there. He probably hates me right now. All right, so let's talk about Guardian Oddball, right, for some of our newer viewers here, because I'm sure we're going to get a lot of new faces coming into this event, not really knowing, like, how to play Halo 3 properly, right? And I know you're going to make the joke, so I'm going to get ahead of you there, including myself. So let's do this, Dave. Let's talk about Guardian Ball. How do you approach this?
Oh, man. So Guardian Ball is going to be one of the objectives where you can actually – you're going to go for – more larger setups where you can get huge chunks of time. So compared to something maybe like midship oddball where you could scrap up 10, 15 seconds here and there and just run around with the ball in small spurts, Guardian is going to be more, all right, let's get set up over at snipe/green and hold this for 60 or 90 seconds with a good, strong setup compared to just trying to scrap up 10 seconds with a lackluster setup and, just giving up death.
And at the very end, as we look at the replays here from Amplified, a very different pace for Guardian because you're looking at heavy setups, potentially some slow play, coordinated pushes. Whereas in this one, they're literally just slapping each other in the face right in front of each other nonstop. And I mean, that's what it was. It went down to the wire, 50-49. Now you're talking about just setup city here, Dave.
Yes, it really is. And we're going to also see which team kind of shines here when it comes to coordinated pushes. I mean, it felt like we saw GloboGym do a better job on Pit when it came to doing a push together and setting up that. So we're going to have to see if they do the same here when it comes to Guardian, because when your team gets down in numbers, the other team has set up, you have to do a push together. No one individual is going to be able to just magically get over to the other side, do a snipe lift, and break a setup. That just doesn't work that way against a coordinated team.
Well, we're in the action now. Game 3, and GloboGym could end it right here. Or can Antimatter bring us to a Game 4? That is the question on our minds here at the beginning. And already, though, they lost their sniper by that snipe tower, and you're going to have Karmea here hanging out with the ball. And, I don't know how I feel about that. You kind of want to bring that ball over to the lift. Hopefully he has support and they're able to collapse on that player.
Yeah, it looks like they're able to collapse in and get the skill over at Green on the ball and get that ball back.
But he didn't. That's risky.
Yes. It could have been much worse than what ended up happening. However, one of the bigger mistakes that was done there when over at Green was unless you're already at like no shield, something like that, you want to be as visually aware of your surroundings. You want to be looking over towards bottom center, towards top center. Be okay with taking 1 or 2 bursts of VR shots across the map for that knowledge, to have an understanding of where someone's at. Because like you said, had he taken a couple of shots earlier and looked over towards bottom center instead of being worried about hiding a little bit behind geometry, could have that player and then could have decided, all right, now I can drop the ball and lay a grenade. Now I can play the ball if I need to. You have more time to make the correct decision.
Yeah. This is looking like a play ball here, and that's what Espada does now. Oh, he couldn't secure that melee there. That has to be a little frustrating because you feel like you have that play in the bag. It doesn't work out. Another thing also to bear in mind, too, is your setup, how you want to play this one out, especially on the green side. You have 2 great angles of opportunity. You also can put pressure on any of the players that are going to be pushing potentially to that bottom center area. And I like that GloboGym took this one over. He's got to get this. He's got to secure it, and he takes no damage from that one at all. So that could have been very bad.
Yeah. One of the worst is when you think you're getting that back smack, and you get the side melee, and then the person trades melee with you, and now you're at no shield, and
but they lost
everything
camo.
Changes with that. But was fortunate not to get turned and melee down there.
Losing camo. Let's see what Espada could do with this. He's trying to sniff him out. He has teammates applying the pressure, and he sees that ball gets picked up. And instead of him like just trying to get it over and set up, instead he puts that pressure right away. But this is where things, I just don't really agree with that, because he had that camo. He probably could have just went over to the green side and then pushed up that ramp to try and see if he could maybe get a back whack or 2.
Yeah, potentially. In a situation like that, when you get camo towards top center, if the other team is pretty stuck over at snipe side, one of the best spots you can actually get towards is snipe 3. So even though we saw that player there earlier, just jump on up and you're either going to isolate a 1v1 or even jump towards the top of that snipe door from top center. Those are a couple great options. One of the reasons you might not want to go towards elbow with camo is just because it's such a narrow spot where they can potentially spot you. And as soon as they light you up, you are stuck there.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, like in most cases, you want to get some sort of secondary angle. But he was already committed towards top center, could have gotten towards snipe 3 and just been a nuisance up there. Instead, just caught himself out in middle ground over in front of snipe 2, and that's not where you want to be.
Oh, nice shot from Broken Arrow, following up with the double kill to the dome, but he can't get the trip skis. He's going to fall, but his teammates are there, hopefully for the pickups. But GloboGym now, Asirtive gets a double kill of his own, living up to his name.
Yeah, unfortunately for Antimatter there, despite that nice double kill, 3 players just fell back to back to back over on snipe side. They also didn't get to play ball in favor of Antimatter. So that is just massive mistake all around.
But then just as you say that, and GloboGym just swarm on that snipe side, they lose full control, and Antimatter gets it right back. So GloboGym did such a great job there of taking it back despite the Herculean play that was just made. And it's like, oh, camo eyes, bro. Check his sight. 2020. Wow. Well done.
One thing I really love about this is it's much more easy to get hyped about snipes here with this. I feel like some of the Halo titles have been a bit more forgiving when it comes to some of the no-scopes you can hit and such.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like Halo 3, especially even like Halo 1, they are incredibly rewarding no-scopes when you get those.
Oh yeah, well I mean, because it's also just
so
the
rare.
sound of the sniper rifle and the icon pops up. It's just it's iconic, man. It's just honestly that's the best way I could put it. But just covering the action here, ball is going to get picked up and it does not get played, and instead they're able to hold this one down. But oh, right in the back. Nice sticky. You know, he's happy about that one. Licking his lips, chomping at the bit. Love to see it.
But yeah, this map is not playing out anything like I predicted.
No.
I was like, yeah, these teams are gonna play some nice slow concerted pushes, and there's gonna be some long-term setups.
Conservative
Halo
Halo
wait
here.
for each other to make pushes, and it's like, nope. We're on amplified version 2 here with teams just charging at every single moment they can.
He got the kill. How did he get the kill on that one? That player should have been popped up like on the back corner rather than where he. Oh, well, you know, I mean, then again, the nades, they're like mini nuclear bombs at times, and then other times they're shooting marshmallows at people, and especially in my hands.
Well, I can't wait till we get some later bracket matches and see people start to throw some insta-splodes. That's my favorite thing from Halo.
Yeah, and I know it's your favorite thing to talk about. You name a more iconic catchphrase: Walshy, Insta. That's it. That's all you.
I miss casting you, man.
Oh yeah, no, it's been a hot minute, dude. But this has been overall a really fun game. Kind of unexpected here. Antimatter with this lead. And it's been the camo. I don't even really feel it's been like much of a factor in this game at all.
No, it's just been getting shut down constantly. We'd see that first kill from that first camo. I forget who had it in their hands before they died over in front of Snipe 2. However, in most of their cases, it's been like you said, a non-factor. Whether that camo's getting no scope or getting lit up right away. Also, I've been surprised not seeing anyone hitting this bomb gold top gold jump. I'm not sure if the exact level play of a lot of these players here, but it's going to be something that you're going to see almost non-stop once we get later in the bracket, where players are going to, in fact, be jumping from gold 1 to gold 2 more often than they're taking the lift from gold 1 to gold 2.
Yeah, the lift just exposes you so much, and players are just trying
nice movement there.
Very well
Broken
done.
Arrow. I like that play.
Very well done. Gets the sniper out of the tower. Has a ton of ammo in it as well. He needs to stay alive. And he does manage to get out of there with it. But he's going to be pressured now. And very well done on the jumps. Broken Arrow.
Yeah,
impressive.
Fantastic movement. So, like, seeing movement like that would also make me assume or expect someone like Broken Arrow to be hitting that gold 1, gold 2 jump. So we're going to have to see if he does that sort of jump when he gets over there at that bomb gold lift.
Ball taken.
That sniper overlooking his teammate. He also has eyes on green, but he's not there quickly enough to protect him. And he's going to go down. So the ball will not be played, assuming that there will be some players starting to push up there.
Also, just kind of a risky area to look. Hits 2 shots there. But what I was going to critique there from Broken Arrow was he lifts on over towards Snipe side and is looking towards top green where somebody isn't even at yet. And that's a bit surprising. When you are lifting over towards Snipe and it's unknown territory, whether it's safe or not, you better have your eyes glued to someone coming around the corner from Snipe 2 or from the Snipe 1 ramp. So
Yeah.
I'm just seeing some minor mistakes when it comes to like checking corners and which way people should be looking when they're heading a certain area. I mean, I have that just ingrained in me after, you know, playing the game for years, where there's a time where I've gotten back smacked over at Snipe Tower. I was like, all right, I now know when I'm doing my rotation here, when I'm checking my back, I need to look here at this exact millisecond, because if I don't look, you know, within this 10th or 20th of a second, there's a chance that somebody can round the corner when I looked away, come over behind and get the back smack.
Karmea making a very bold play here. Big push as he's trying to push up. It is going to get cleared out. This camo really hasn't been playing much of a factor. Players are going to be popping up around him. He's going to look for the double kill. That's going to secure it for him, as well as the ball. His team gets control of it. You got to pay attention to the spawns now, where these players are going to be coming from. You have one body over by blue, and I thought I could have sworn I saw ball like jumping up and down needlessly above, and they're kind of cramped up in here in the snipe tower. Not a good spread. Maybe a triple kill, though, for Peepzley. Does he get it? Ball's going to be running away from him. Not able to chase it down.
Running away, despite having that knowledge of the player running away with the ball. So I think in most cases you can assume there's not two players with the ball there. One thing that you point out earlier, though, with that ball jumping up and down is that's actually a pretty poor position. A lot of players would, sit towards snipe one, jump up so they could peek towards top gold lift. The reason why it's a poor idea to do is you have these windows of vulnerability where somebody just chuck a grenade over towards snipe 2 side and you can't avoid it because you're already set in your motion.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, you either need to be sitting on that back rail of sniper side where you can see both spots simultaneously, or you need to just rotate between which ones you're going to do. You can sit at snipe 1, jump up for a second towards snipe 2, and then do a rotation back around. But the best scenario there to watch both is to stay on that rail, or just commit to one of the two, and have trust in your team that they're watching the other. So in most cases, I would just watch bottom. I would tuck myself all the way in towards snipe 1 so I can't get hit from grenade from top snipe 2. And, as soon as someone drops down, lays shots at me, I can round the corner and get away and let my teammates know that there's no one bottom goal.
GloboGym just, the stick came through. Player popped up behind him. He didn't have vision back there. There was no one there really. And I guess that also was going to lead into my next question here, Dave, because a lot of players in this game, or all the players in this game, I should say, have really just been struggling to be able to get any kind of control. While Antimatter has a lead, it came from a lot of sporadic ball play, and GloboGym have not had a moment to be able to set up. What is that setup on snipe side? Where do you, now that they're going over in this direction, what do you want to do?
If you had the ideal setup on snipe side, it would at least consist of the base of 2 players over on snipe side and 1 over at green minimum. And then you have a floating rotation where other players can be. A lot of cases, if you can get someone to flank on through and be over at camo side, that's a great spot. You can put someone over towards elbow. There's kind of like that 4th floating position, but in most cases it's 2 over at snipe, 1 at green.
You just want that guy to just try and see if he can pick off any of these players.
Well, the biggest part is the crossfire you need from snipe side. Yes. Because in most cases, players either have to commit to a all-out play, whether that's like sniping snipe lift, or whether that's already committing towards jumping towards top center, where it's really tough to back down once committing towards that motion. And if you can just kind of sit back and wait for somebody to make that full commitment play so you can double team them there, or like I said, sit back and wait for those full-on commits where you aren't just sitting there trading shots and then letting them get an opportunity to go through, just saying, guess what? You are going to come and make your decision. You're going to make your push without a prior advantage.
Skwiggy's going to be very weak. His teammate fell top snipe, and he was the only one there. He saw those players lift over, so he knew that they were going to be doomed. But the spawn should be coming through now for GloboGym that will allow them to try and regain control. And at this point now, you don't really see that you have much. You kind of just want to be able to play that ball. That's exactly what he does. Plays ball. Camo's going to be up for grabs. Grabbed at 206. And we'll see if they can make something with this camo, make something work, because so far it has really just been rather disappointing with this very, very powerful pickup.
Yeah, and Antimatter's getting close enough at this point to a near lockout. Clearly it's not mathematically impossible for GloboGym to come back. They have plenty of time to, but based on the games been playing thus far, it's fairly unlikely that GloboGym's just going to randomly get a bunch of kills here and get a full-on setup. If they haven't been able to do that in the last 13 minutes, what says that they're going to do it now? So it's looking really good here at the moment for Antimatter, as long as they can keep trading slays and just disallow some sort of full massive setup.
Asirtive, just trying to keep his teammate alive here. Bottom mid pressure. He knows that he sees the red X's. He sees his teammate fell now. He's going to have to get that ball out of there, and he lifts it over to that gold lift. They have teammates on the pickup. And it actually is going to be Antimatter who will be there. Some guys are going to be popping up around blue side, though, and Broken Arrow, wisely enough, is going to get out of that one. We're getting to that mathematically impossible point now, and Broken Arrow knows it. Just needs to hold this for a little bit longer. that is basically going to be a wrap in this game. There's no way that GloboGym is going to be able to come back into this one.
Yep, now it is mathematically over. So here's where you just get to gloat, you get to shoot them, you get to trash talk for a good 35 seconds, and they can't say anything back. It's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, it's great. You just that's the kind of situation that Walshy likes. People just trash talk and not have anyone say anything back to him. You've heard it here first, people.
Ball taken.
Wow. You think you know a guy. Actually, no.
But it's true, though, because in a situation like that, it's
true.
like
You get to just get in their face.
Even if they win a BR fight, you're just like, you already lost this game. You can't say anything back, man.
Doesn't matter. Everything you do doesn't matter. Well, Antimatter, they're going to be able to bounce back here, folks, with 5 seconds left on the clock. We're going to go to game 4. Antimatter have brought it back, and that is what you want to see here. Don't give up at all. No quit from this team. And I like that. You know, early on, right? You just want to try and see if you can get that rhythm, get that groove, and maybe this can be the Antimatter that we were expecting. They have jerseys. Everything is pointing to them being a good team. Facts. Facts and logic.
And in true GloboGym fashion, they could be the underdog story with the comeback here against GloboGym.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We're going to see if they're average Joes or below average Joes throughout the rest of the series.
Oh, look at this guy, man. I miss you so much. All right, well, we're at 2-1 in the series, and currently GloboGym Purple Cobras, they are going to be in the lead. Let's see. I don't know what game 4 was.
Was it CTF Narrows or Heretic? That's not.
I think it was
one of
Heretic.
those two sounded correct.
Could have been Heretic.
I think Heretic.
Well,
yeah.
we're going to go to it. Let's see. And it's drum roll. Boom! Heretic captured the flag. You see that? Boom goes the dynamite. Okay, so Heretic CTF. I'm actually quite satisfied with this outcome. And then, if necessary, we'll go to Narrow Slayer. Best Slayer. Yes.
That's your favorite one?
Oh, I love Narrow Slayer. Narrow Slayer and Heretic. Like,
Man, yeah, I'm trying to think what one would be considered my favorite. I know which one of my favorite to play was, but I think from the spectator side.
What's your favorite one to play?
I think Heretic, just because
Heretic.
insta-splodes, you know?
It insta-splodes. Oh, are you going to talk about insta-splodes in this game, Mr. Walsh?
I think we got to have some direct examples of. So I'm not sure if these players, I didn't see them setting up any of them in pit or not, but
I
could definitely talk about it for the next 15 minutes if you want to hear about it.
I want someone to make a montage about your adoration for insta-splodes, you know?
One of the best gaming physics ever in all of gaming. Let's be real. Like, it's one of the most interesting physics. Oh, my God.
It's go
amazing.
on, Dave. Tell me all about insta-splodes and why you enjoy it so much.
One grenade off another grenade's explosion. Just so many possibilities and so incredibly skillful.
Just makes you.
Yep.
Would you say that, you know, if you had to pick like a way to feel, would you say it makes you feel moist?
It makes me feel moist.
Very moist, you know. Sorry, we're not on the Halo channel, so it doesn't matter. We can say whatever we want. 6.5 million people watch me on NBC, people. Let's go. All right. It's time for Heretic capture the flag.
I'm just looking for this apology tweet tomorrow. Just Rock saying, unfortunately, we had to drop Golden Boy. Just Golden Boy, posted an apology tweet.
Nothing
I
wrong.
thought I thought I was just saying in good fun, and my public apology now is like.
There's nothing wrong with the word. I'm saying like moist is a good word, and it is. And it's like cornflakes. It's just great, you know. It's like it's a fine word to use. There's nothing wrong with it. I think I'm in the right. Cornflakes are the best cereal, Legion.
First off, you said it's just great, and you're using the slogan from another cereal that's
And
significantly
you know
better
what?
than it.
When cornflakes are moist, they taste delicious, David. They taste delicious. We seem to have a tech problem here with GloboGym. Something seems to be going on. I saw it at the beginning of the game here, but now that we're out of the game, let's talk about cornflakes.
All right, let's talk about them.
All right, Dave's favorite cereal. Go.
Favorite? Man, probably. If I'm not caring about my health at all, Rice Krispie treat cereal, man. It's literally just eating blocks of Rice Krispies.
It's just blocks of sugar.
It really is.
It's so bad. Like I can't I can't do this. Look, the facts are this, people, okay? And I'm glad that I have this audience to be able to share this with everyone. Cornflakes are the most versatile cereal known to man. These are facts. You want to put bananas, almonds, strawberries, blueberries, any kind of berries, fruits, deliciousness. You could throw it in there. You want to put some sugar? You can. I feel like that is the value of cornflakes. And then when they are particularly moist,
because it's a tasteless
delicious.
medium that you have to add to in order to enjoy?
I disagree. It's not tasteless at all. And he's a great commentator. But, you know, I think, and this is my political, I think cornflakes are just the way to go in 2019, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Follow me on Twitter, and you'll hear it from me. Kellogg's tweeted me. It was one of the most satisfying days of my life.
A cereal can't be considered S tier in my book or in my eyes unless it has at least 25 grams of sugar per serving in it.
Wow.
It's just a fact. I mean, you look at all the greats out there, all the terrible things I was fed as a kid that were terrible for me but tasted delicious, like a Lucky Charms, a Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Lucky Charms without the marshmallows is fantastic.
Without the marshmallows?
I can hear, and then like you guys didn't see it because it pulled away from me, but you just see the disappointment in your face.
There's so much pain. Yeah, like I said,
so
like in order to be a top-rated cereal in my eyes, it has to have a ridiculous amount of sugar in it. It has to be extremely unhealthy for you, and
it's extremely. That's it. That's top. Okay.
Those are the S tier ones. There's some that make it into the A tier that probably has a lower sugar content.
For you,
like
what is
maybe
so Rice Krispies are the Insta-splodes of cereal? Is that?
Yeah.
Is that all right, well, it seems like everything's been sorted, and we are ready to go. GloboGym, Antimatter. GloboGym up 1 in this series, and Antimatter pretty much going where they last left off. They're making this
How did they
flag
get this flag out so fast without meeting much resistance? I didn't see many kills right off the bat. It felt like both these teams somehow weaved through the map, avoided each other, and both pulled the flags all the way across.
Flag is still going to be away, and that's actually going to be a clear out of that one. They're going to get the return, and Antimatter will put that first cap on the board. They're looking to bring this one to a Game 5 here, Walshy.
They're looking strong, too, and I mean, it didn't look great right off the bat. I kind of discredited them early on, just saying, oh, look, they got outplayed by a Pit. They lost 3-0. Clearly, GloboGym is the more coordinated team, but Antimatter just catching some steam, catching some momentum here, and rolling through.
I like the control, though, right? You have a player on top of on P3, a very vital part of this map to be able to hold in competitive play. And if you are the other team, player spawned right in front of him. He's going to hit him with it. He manages to hit him once with the flag. That was so scary because that guy just popped up right in front of Espada there. He's going to have that flag and bring it all the way to their side of the base. But they got to get the return. 2 players just fell. They won't be able to get that for the time being.
No, and I think if GloboGym here was a bit more optimized or knew they were a bit safer on their side of the map, you would see S4 drop the flag and run on out. But it looks like Skwiggy's got it under control, gets the flag recovery, and GloboGym are going to put in their first cap here.
And they're looking to run this one back, get a second cap. They're already halfway through. Bottom of pink. This could be the cap that they're looking for. No pressure. One player actually going to be inside of the base. That's going to give him the 2-1. He's going to be able to melee him and shut him down. And that will put GloboGym up 1 cap in this game. But now this could be Antimatter's time to shine as they're going to have control of the red base.
Yep, they're going to pull this one out, push it towards pink. And unfortunately, it was not blocked. Player spawns over towards pink 1. But does not get the damage needed to take out Karmea.
And look at that, the lack of coordination that happened there, right? They had 2 players that were circling around there. That one guy who had the flag, he saw that player pop up in front of him. Probably should just focus on that guy.
Yeah, he was dropping damage and assume he can get help.
To go back and get that flag.
Yep, in most cases, if one player spawns in front of you like that, you should probably get help faster than that player, especially if it's one of the first spawners. So you just almost treat it as, all right, I need to take this one-on-one fight, and assume that you can get help from 1 or 2 BR bursts from a teammate relatively soon.
Flag drop.
Well, it's still going to be 2-1 here. 2 players down for GloboGym. Despite the stick, he's actually going to go down himself, and Skwiggy has it again. The other side. Who has the flag? Okay, it's going to be Skwiggy with the flag for the red team, and Kenzanight will have the flag for the blue team. Skwiggy is going to go down, though. They're going to manage to pick that one back up, and no one will be inside of the opposition base to try and make the return happen.
Yeah, both these teams playing extremely defensive right off the bat. They were both scoping out their own base, trying to see where they could scope it out, and clearly Broken Arrow slipped comes on by, gets the flag recovery, and there's a second cap for Antimatter.
We're all tied up on Heretic 2-2, and they're going to run this one back now. Looking to put the third flag cap in, but he's going to have teammates down, and he needs to get this. He's going to have a squad member there for support. Another member of GloboGym is going to pop up right behind him on the car side and take him out. Lan-G, though, is going to get dropped, and that's going to be 4 players down, and Antimatter will go up 1 cap, and this game has just been off the rails, Dave.
Yeah, Karmea looking like he's getting hyped on up. That's one of the things that's also really energetic here in this environment. It's just hearing these players, you know, they hit a no-scope, they get a few kills, they get amped. They're so excited. And I love that energy. It's just one of those things that I'll never get tired of within gaming. Players just truly getting emotionally attached within the game.
3 more, man, and that's basically what this entire event is all about. The emotional attachment that we all have with Halo 3 and how many players came out to support this. It's so cool to see, especially at the beginning of the year, a good way to kick off 2019. Espada, you'll fall. At Peepzley, Skwiggy now with his flagpole, going to need some more support. He can't get out of that base unscathed. He's just going to get lit up, and the flag goes right back to the blue side, courtesy of Kenzanight.
Yep, looking real strong there. So seeming like these teams are playing a bit more cautious now based on how this game is played so quickly. You notice how Kenzanight started to push towards pink. He's like, I better go check my base one more time. This game's been moving a little too quickly, so looks like they scoped that out, clear out all the members of GloboGym from their half, and now are looking like they're focused back over towards any sort of spawn. I couldn't tell if Kenzanight already knew someone spawned there, or was trying to just prematurely shoot near car to try to negatively influence that, which I'm not 100% confident in how that works. If you could just shoot near a general area like that.
Like he got a call. If you had to guess,
yeah,
that's the reaction, the way it was. But that's going to be cap number 4 for Antimatter. 1 more, and we're going to be going to game 5. Let's see if the blue squad can make it work for them. Last cap now in the hands of Kenzanight, but he's going to go down. That's going to be 2 players down now on both sides of the field. But Peepzley has secured the flag. He's going to be taking some shots, and this could be the return. And Skwiggy comes up clutch and keeps him alive.
And Skwiggy should have ran that immediately. Slightly delays here, and now that's going to give GloboGym, or I should say Antimatter, gives them an extra 3 or 4 seconds to get in better position to stop that flag. In most cases, once you get a flag stopped like that, you just need to go into the assumption that everything is already safe there. Because if you already make it that far across the map, if you're able to get that flag returned, clearly someone would have stopped you already. Someone would have contested you as fast as possible. So take advantage. Sometimes you have to not play as 100% cautious. You can't always assume the worst. Some points you have to almost instinctively go with what your next move is going to be without checking that corner where
you gotta have the Matador bold player.
Yeah, you really the Victory X Matador bold player. Missing him out here. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you can't say, all right, if someone comes around the corner now, I'm in big trouble. It's like, sure, maybe throw that grenade, but move that flag as fast as you can. Assume that they're going to get, you have to play the odds. Assume that they're going to get the most likely spawn, and just move with that assumption when it comes to certain counter caps.
Players are quick down low here. They got to take this player out now. They're going to have the help. It's going to be the pull. But instead, it's going to get stopped. Oh, no, I spoke too soon. It's not getting stopped. Skwiggy's going to have this flag on the other side of the base. Broken Arrow's going to grab this one, and this red player has no idea. They're just going to alternate sides. We're going to go right back to a stalemate here. Let's see if GloboGym can rally the troops to be able to make this flag return happen. They're going to have a body, and that could be the return. Yes, and it's going to be tied up 4-4. GloboGym will be moving on in the bracket. Antimatter will force a game 5. It all comes down to 1 final cap.
And a couple deaths right there for GloboGym. They're going to have to button it up right here and play some defense. Luckily there, one of Skwiggy's teammates able to pick up a kill or 2 on the pink side and at least delay that sort of flag grab. Somehow taking a lot of damage from the side. Did not notice that there's someone right in his base. So Skwiggy saying, no one makes me bleed my own blood as he tries to get right back on spawn and play some defense.
Yarr. we gotta stop. We're too much here. The last flag, though, in the hands of Antimatter. Peepzley, he's brought it to the other side. This could be the 5th cap. They're gonna return the flag. He's gotta get this one into his face. The flag hasn't been returned yet. It's gonna be all, they brought it to the other side. Skwiggy with the hero play. That's gonna be the last cap, and that is gonna be Antimatter's dreams crushed as they are gonna be moving on in the bracket.
And it was looking